Ha! Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Beat Snyder edition of the Muletrain News Program on this Friday, September the 2nd, 2016, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Funeral services for Frank Parker, 83, of Muleshoe, a local barber for many years, will be held Saturday afternoon at 2 in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, where he was a member, with his pastor, Dr. Stacy Connor, officiating. Burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Frank Parker died on Wednesday. He was born March the 2nd, 1933, in Anton, to Arthur and Marie Parker. He married Johnny Spears in Clovis on December the 5th, 1953. Frank Parker grew up in Anton. He accepted Jesus as his Lord and Savior at the age of 15. He was drafted into the United States Army in 1953 and served 2 years during the Korean conflict. After being discharged from the service of our country, Frank Parker attended Texas Barber College in Houston. He and Johnny moved to Muleshoe in 1959, and he owned and operated Sanitary Barbershop on Main Street for 52 years. He retired in 2010 due to poor health. Frank was faithful to serve the Lord and would pray for anyone needing prayers. If you were in Frank's barber chair, he always prayed for you. He was a deacon at the Trinity Baptist Church for many years, where he was a longtime faithful member. After that church closed, he became a member of the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe. He was preceded in death by his parents, his brother, and his best friend, Carlos Maine Parker, who died in April of last year. Survivors are his wife of 62 years, Johnny, of the home here in Muleshoe, 3 sons, Dennis Wayne and his wife Marie of Austin, Ronnie Jack and his wife Marilyn of Odessa, and Larry Dale and his wife Janet of Wiley. 2 brothers, Jimmy J and his wife Dorothy of Des Moines, Iowa, and Thomas Sidney and his wife Kathy of Hawkins. 7 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren also survive Frank Parker. Please remember all of the Parker family in your prayers, especially his wife, Johnny. The family suggests memorials be sent to either the First Baptist Church, 220 West Avenue E, here in Muleshoe, 79347, the zip code, or the American Cancer Society, 3511 10th Street, Lubbock, 79415. You can also send sympathy messages to the Parker family at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, Frank Parker was 83 years of age and lived here in Muleshoe for many years when he died on Wednesday. Funeral services will be at 2 Saturday afternoon in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, with the pastor, Dr. Stacy Connor, officiating, and burial in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Because of the very wet weather we have experienced this week and also the end of last week, the graveside funeral services for Pat Glascock Watson of Portales, formerly of Muleshoe, will be held on Tuesday morning at 10, and that is Texas time, Central Daylight Savings Time, in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please remember all the family of Pat Glascock Watson in your prayers. Pat moved from Muleshoe to Portales many years ago. She was born in South Bailey County in the Goodland community, November 20th, 1928, at the Figure 4 Ranch House, now located at the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. Her grandparents, Henry and Rose Hanover, lived in the Figure 4 Ranch House, and Mr. Hanover was the foreman of that ranch. And repeating, the graveside funeral services here in Muleshoe for Pat Glascock Watson, 87 years of age, of Portales, have been changed to 10 o'clock Texas time, Tuesday morning, at the Muleshoe Memorial Park, due to all of the wet weather conditions we have experienced for the last week. Speaking of the wet weather, we are so grateful for every drop of rain we have received. From Thursday of last week to Thursday of this week, here at Channel 6 at the National Weather Service, officially in Muleshoe, we have received 4 28/100ths of an inch of rain. Out at the Meso site, operated by Texas Tech, which is 2 miles southwest of Muleshoe, they received from Thursday to Thursday 4 97/100ths of an inch of rain. And at the Meso site, during the month of August, they recorded almost 6 inches, 5 99/100ths of an inch of rain. The high in Muleshoe on Thursday was 79 degrees. The low was 62. And we received another 5/100ths of an inch of rain over the past 24 hours. Also, on Beat Snyder Day here in Muleshoe, on Friday morning at 7 o'clock, it was 63 degrees. Also, there was on Thursday at 7 o'clock, 63 degrees, and we received another 65/100ths of an inch of moisture. And that day was really cool. It was 68 for a high and 62 for a low. And now 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, brings you the weather forecast for this Beat Snyder Day and into the next week. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area. Whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world, security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company, 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 Area, 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Well, looking at our weather forecast for the Muleshoe area, rain chances slow down today on Friday and then disappear over the weekend, with some rain chances coming back into the forecast next week. But today on Friday, Football Friday, beat Snyder Day, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms here for the Muleshoe area. Partly sunny, high near 80 degrees, southeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then tonight, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, low around 61. Southeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Of course, the Muleshoe Mules kick off at 7:30 and open their Benny Douglas Stadium home season against the Snyder Tigers. Again, that's at 7:30 this evening here in Muleshoe. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow on Saturday. Partly sunny, high near 84 degrees. South winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Then Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low around 64. Sunday, even warmer, mostly sunny, high near 86 degrees. South winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. No rain chances in the forecast for Sunday. Sunday night, mostly clear, low around 63. Labor Day on Monday, mostly sunny, high near 85 degrees. South winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear Monday night. Labor Day night, low around 64. South winds around 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny, high near 84 degrees. Tuesday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy, low around 64. And repeating our forecast today for Friday for the Muleshoe area, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms during the day. Partly sunny, high near 80 degrees. Southeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy, low around 61. So if you're going out to the game, you might want to pack some rain gear, as there's a slight chance of rain tonight here in Muleshoe. 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
The Muleshoe Mules will host Snyder at 7:30 kickoff time at Benny Douglas Stadium Friday night. And you can get a complete rundown from the Lubbock Avalanche Journal on our Twitter, found on the front page of our website, Muleshoe TV. And also, both Muleshoe and Snyder are coming off their first losses of the season as they opened that last Friday night. The Mules lost to the Lobos of Levelland 56-31 in a high-scoring game for both teams, and Snyder lost to Midland Greenwood 34-20, and so we will see, and we know the Muleshoe Mules will come out on top. I don't ever remember us playing Snyder before. We could have, but Snyder is a much larger town than the Muleshoe Mules come from. Now, you will be able here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 to see the game in its entirety in a delayed broadcast, courtesy of these Muleshoe Mule merchants, and also on our website, our Facebook, and our Twitter. You will see highlights of the Muleshoe Snyder game, courtesy of 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, the Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Barrett Potato Farms, Muleshoe State Bank, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Hereford Feed Ingredients Incorporated, Muleshoe Independent School District, Shipman Body Shop, Kyle Lake Feed Yards, McDonald's in Muleshoe, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, K&K Pharmacy, Mohawk Auto Parts, Wilson Drilling, Precure Electric, Terry Burton Service Center, Ag Aviation, and High Tech Automotive. It's only because of these Muleshoe Mule merchants that we can do the broadcast and show the video films. Now, Jim Daniel is the voice of the Muleshoe Mules, and also the color and stats is done by Steve Brown of Muleshoe High School fame, and Gil Robert Reynolds of Channel 6 fame, the eyes of the Muleshoe Mules on our video films. Before the game, the sophomore class of Muleshoe High School will serve a pre-game supper of hamburgers, baked beans, chips, cheesecake, and tea. Now, this is something new for MHS pregame suppers. Tickets purchased in advance will be $8, but at the door on Friday night, the tickets will be $10. So please get your tickets in advance if you want to save a couple of bucks. Carryouts will be delivered between 4:30 and 6 if you call Muleshoe High School 272-7305. Now, they will be serving in the Muleshoe High School Commons area between 5 and 7 Friday night. Stay tuned. We have coming up next an incredible story about a helicopter flying high and moving not only materials but also workmen.
Yum chips. I like the Liao chips. Foxy likes them too. Right, Foxy? These Liao's chips are the best. I like the seasoning, salt, and the salsa on my chips.
And that's at Liao's, the original Liao's in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard. Right, Isla?
Yes.
This edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, along with the First Bank, where you can show your school spirit now with the Muleshoe Mules School Spirit MasterCard debit card available now for the from the First Bank. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school. Every time you swipe your card, go by 202 South First Street right here in Muleshoe, or call 806-272-4515. The Muleshoe Mules First Bank School Spirit MasterCard debit cards available now at the First Bank. The First Bank is member FDIC. Right now at Fry and Cox here in Muleshoe, 401 South First Street, get 50% off all light bulbs excluding U-shape and 4 and 8 foot fluorescent bulbs. That's all light bulbs, 50% off now at Fry and Cox, 401 South First Street right here in Muleshoe. And don't forget, the Fry and Cox supports the Muleshoe Mules all season long, and come by and get your mule flags for your home or business, with all proceeds going to the Muleshoe Athletic Booster Club, available now at Fry and Cox, 401 South First Street here in Muleshoe.
Wednesday and Thursday, Gil Robert filmed a helicopter crew transporting materials along with aerial linemen from tower to tower and the ground to tower on a new large transmission line being built just east of Clovis along County Road G, which is right there by Cook's Restaurant, and it crosses the U.S. Highway 84. The use of the helicopter on a project like this provides a safe and less intrusive way to string transmission lines versus the typical method of working from the ground. The helicopters are used to transport crews and material to the towers and to string from structure to structure. The pulling rope that will be used as a guide to install the transmission lines. Muleshoe Rotary Club's annual Labor Day roping is this Sunday. The Rotarians of Muleshoe do a lot of good with the money that they make at their roping every year. They support the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts. Polio Plus is, of course, a Rotary long-time project, and almost polio has been wiped out in the world. And also they present many scholarships to boys and girls of Muleshoe High School each spring, and do many other things with this worthy project. Jack Stone of Muleshoe is in the Wrangler NFR National Anthem Contest. Find the link to vote for Jack Stone on our Twitter and our Facebook page. You will find Jack Stone listed on page 2 of that website. There's going to be an Earth Ranch Rodeo coming soon, so be sure and attend that fun event in Earth, on Earth, at Earth, the Ranch Rodeo at Earth. Thanks to Tim McCormick for giving us his parents, Martha and Roland McCormick's camera. That was a nice thought for you to do for us. Tim McCormick, thanks. Don't forget, you can vote now in early voting through Tuesday in the tax swap election for the Muleshoe Independent School District if you live in the Muleshoe Independent School District and you are a registered voter. You vote early at City Hall from 8 to 5, weekdays only, and the last day to vote is 5 o'clock Tuesday afternoon at Muleshoe City Hall. Election day is next week on Thursday, September the 8th, and the polls will be open from 7 in the morning till 7 at night at both Muleshoe City Hall and the Sudan Community Center. Here on Channel 6, we are showing this weekend a rerun of the interview we made with Superintendent of Muleshoe Schools, Dr. R.L. Richards, and School Board President Carol Precure, explaining the tax swap election. Also on Monday, you'll see it on our Twitter and our Facebook again as well. And this is a very important election, and we urge you to be sure and vote and take your responsibility as something that is a very wonderful pleasure to exercise. We want to say congratulations to Terry and James Byers. They've been celebrating this week their wedding anniversary. And coming up in the near future will be the story time at the Muleshoe Area Public Library for preschool children. It will be held every second Monday of every month at 10 o'clock at the Muleshoe Area Public Library at 322 West 2nd. And the next story hour will be on Monday morning, September the 12th at 10 o'clock. And that's for preschoolers. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a jiffy. And if you don't know what a jiffy is, stay tuned and then you will find out.
Reserve seat tickets for the Muleshoe Mules 2016 home football games are available now for $35 for all 5 home games. Individual game reserve seats are $8 per game. Come by the school administration office, 514 West Avenue G, Monday through Friday during regular work days, work hours, 7:30 to 4:30, or call Dan Orasco for more information, 806-272-7400. That's reserved seat tickets available for the 2016 Muleshoe Mules football season, available now at the school administration office. Fall fever is here at BK Boutique in Clovis, New Mexico, 200 East 21st Street, 575-762-1848. Come see all the great new fall fashions that are at BK Boutique now, 200 East 21st Street in Clovis. They're open 10 until 5 Tuesday through Friday and 10 until 3 on Saturdays. That's Mountain Standard Time at BK Boutique in Clovis, New Mexico. 2 weeks to go home following a hospital stay. Recover close to home with the swing bed program, available now at Muleshoe Area Medical Center. The swing bed program is for Medicare patients discharged from Muleshoe or any other area hospital following an acute illness, injury, or surgery, but still need time and physical therapy to heal and strengthen before going home. Call today for more information about the swing bed program, 806-272-4524, available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 708 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe, Texas.
We must mention on our prayer list Jerry Savuto and her husband Bill. She is very gravely ill and lives in McKinney, but formerly lived here in Muleshoe and was a nurse at our Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Remember their daughter Corey and her family as well in your prayers. Barbara Scott of Muleshoe, Jacob Shelton, who lives in Tennessee with his family, and he still remains in the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee, and he is improving. We are so glad to report. Joe Jackson, improving in Amarillo after having surgery at Baptist St. Anthony's Hospital there. Janie Carpenter, another prayer of thanksgiving. She got a good report from her oncologist just recently. Remember Janie and Joseph Carpenter, and she reports that her mother, Maria, needs to be on our prayer list, and it pays to advertise on Channel 6. We did get someone to clean our house, so if you're thinking about getting word out to your friends and neighbors around Muleshoe and around the world, well, this is the way to go on Channel 6 in Muleshoe. Also on our prayer list, don't forget Lloyd and Lavinia Garlington. Lavinia has now been moved to rehab in Lubbock, but Lloyd is here at home and he has walking pneumonia. Lavinia recently had skin grafts done on her leg. Harper Lee Kirby is home in Midland after her skull surgery in Lubbock. She is the great-granddaughter of Mary Janice Brantley, and we are so sorry to learn that Mary Janice Brantley is trying to sell her house, and when she does, she will buy a smaller house in Slayton and live near her daughter and son-in-law, Stephanie and Robbie Barrett, there in Slayton. Just cannot imagine Muleshoe without Mary Janice Brantley. Augeline Pruitt and her husband Gerald remain in our prayers as she recuperates from her knee replacement surgery. Maureen Hooton and Robert both need to be on our prayer list. Larry Combs and Berta. Larry is being treated for melanoma, and their son Greg Combs, who has a brain tumor. Jinx and Rowena Myers, Betty Noble, Louis Wayne and Wanda Schaefer, Diane and David Brunson, all are in our thoughts and prayers. These families also remain in our prayers. Clara Rimpey, she was the sister-in-law of Keith Rimpey of Muleshoe. The families of Bob Sanders, 76, of Decatur, a Muleshoe High School graduate. Pat Glasscock Watson of Portales, formerly of Muleshoe also, and Robert Jay's family. We're glad to report his wife, Pansy Jay, is improving at this time. Of course, Robert Jay was the father of Benji Jay, formerly of Muleshoe, and Coach John Jay of Muleshoe. Nelda Merritt, Nelda Laney, Deborah Penley, Blaine Hurtado, Daniela Anaya, Marshall Poole, Truman Lehman, and Bessie McKillop's families are still on our prayer list, please.
The Nelda Marriott Shoe Drive will take place here in Muleshoe Saturday, September the 17th from 10 until 11:30 that morning at the Calvary Baptist Church, 18th and Avenue C. You can donate to this year's shoe drive. Drop off your shoe donations to the Calvary Baptist Church, 18th and Avenue C, Tattered Tumbleweed, 1405 West American Boulevard, and Muleshoe High School also. You can make your monetary donations by mailing your check to Calvary Baptist Church, P.O. Box 378, Muleshoe, Texas 79347. Make sure to write the shoe drive in the memo line. Deadline for shoe donations is September the 14th, and the shoe drive this year is Saturday, September the 17th, 10 until 11:30 a.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church, 18th and Avenue C.
Dakota Rincones was sworn in by Muleshoe City Secretary Zina Carpenter as the new policeman for the City of Muleshoe Police Force. He is the son of Tina Davis Rincones, formerly of Muleshoe. You can see a picture on Reach Broadband Channel 6 on the cable here in Muleshoe, as well as on our website, muleshoetv.com, of Dakota Rincones, the new Muleshoe City policeman, with Secretary for the City of Muleshoe, Zina Carpenter.
Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6. As well, find it free of charge on demand anytime you want to listen to them on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, a wedding in a big chair. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, celebrating 77 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area. They have offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're owned by the members they serve. Check them out online, bcecoop.com on their website, or call 806-272-4504 for the board of directors. The members, employees, the manager, CEO, David Markle, all hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Greg and Tony Bodine live east of Big Spring, very near Interstate 20.
Lots of strange things happen on the interstate, and it would behoove anyone who lives right on the interstate service road to have a fence, like our fence, because you get a lot of strange people in the middle of the night stopping, drunk people sleeping in your driveway.
Big wooden chairs just outside their residence are quite popular, and people stop and photograph them.
And we get people from everywhere. A lot of them will come through the gates and knock on the door and say, "Could you take this picture for us?" And I'm like, I'm more than happy to do it. We get, oh golly, I don't know how, maybe a dozen people a week out there.
Tony is 6 feet, 6 inches tall. She used to make furniture.
Those big chairs were built one day when I was very bored and caught up on orders. And I was sitting out in my shop, and I was just sitting on a bucket, and I was just looking at, this is so cramped, just like everything else. And I thought, I'm going to build a big chair I can sit in.
She made a great big double chair that 2 people could sit in.
And it was huge. It turned out over 10 feet long and over 6 feet high.
They were married in a big chair.
In 2008, Tony and her father were still building furniture for a living and selling them at flea markets at Stanton at Old Sorehead Trade Days. And she had built one of those big yellow chairs, a single chair, and she decided that that's how we were going to get married. We were going to get married in that chair at the flea market. And one of the officials for Old Sorehead Trade Days over in Martin County in Stanton is the county judge. And so we went earlier in the week and we told him what we wanted to do. And actually, several people had tried to buy that chair that day, and she goes, "You can't buy it till after 3 o'clock." Because that's when she didn't tell them why, but that's when our wedding was. So at 3 o'clock, a convoy of golf carts converged in our booth at Old Sorehead Trade Days, and we didn't tell anybody. We just decided to do it without telling anybody, so people wouldn't try to make a big deal out of it and buy us a bunch of expensive gifts. So we didn't want that. We just wanted to get married and be left alone. The county judge brought a bunch of other Old Sorehead officials with him to be witnesses, because we didn't have any witnesses of our own because we hadn't told anybody. And we were sitting in the yellow chair getting married. So a guy comes up and he's interested in a piece of furniture. So I didn't want him to get away, so I stopped the ceremony and made a sale and collected the money from him and told him that I would deliver it to his vehicle as soon as I got done kissing the bride.
Greg and Tony Bodine of Sand Springs. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.